Hi everyone and good morning from Wales. How are you all doing? Hope you're good. During the past couple of weeks, I have spent time talking to friends, family, strangers, people down the dog park, people in the MS community and my friends with MS. And I've got a real sense of how people are feeling at the moment, especially during this COVID time. Life has strains and stresses in it anyway, but this is particularly a difficult time, and for some people more than others. And this time has brought about a kind of unknown to people, and that can cause anxiety, it can cause feelings of loneliness and isolation. That can bring about other problems and deeper problems and lead to things like depression. And I want to focus on 4 things today and talk about aromatherapy and how that can help the body and the mind and our senses and our well-being. So the 4 areas that I want to talk about today are insomnia, depression, anxiety, and pain. So how can aromatherapy help these things? Aromatherapy is a gentle way of actually helping to restore the body's natural resilience to viruses and infections, and can also combat things like fatigue. It's also a really good way of helping to fight things like stress-related conditions as well. You may never have used essential oils before, and that's fine. I'm actually just going to start off by introducing 4 to you. But if there was one essential oil that I would put in my basket, it would be lavender, because it's a good all-rounder, and in fact it actually covers a wide range of things that you can use it for, and it is also animal friendly as well. And essential oils can be used on children all the way up to the elderly as well. So it's a really safe and effective thing to use, and it can have profound effects on our senses and our well-being. So I'm just going to start off by introducing each essential oil and telling you what each one is really good for, and then I'll also let you know the different ways that you can use essential oils and what might work for you guys. The first essential oil I want to talk about is rosemary. Now, rosemary has many benefits, but it's particularly good for reducing inflammation and soothing the muscles. Rosemary stimulates the nervous system and increases circulation to the brain, which in turn helps to increase memory, concentration, and mental awareness. Also, for you ladies who suffer from really painful period cramps, rosemary oil is really good for that as well. The next essential oil that I want to talk about is ylang ylang. I've chosen this oil for help with insomnia, but again, ylang ylang is known for many different benefits, but I want to concentrate on this particular one for insomnia problems and people who find it difficult to get to sleep. It's known for its sedative effect. It's extremely good for anxiety. It creates a really relaxing environment to alleviate stress and tension. And it also lowers your blood pressure to help feelings of well-being as well. It's a really, really lovely smelling essential oil. It's also known as an aphrodisiac oil as well. So no wonder the smell is absolutely out of this world. But on a serious note, it really is an oil which is renowned for its ability to reduce anxiety and really help with that. So it's a really amazing oil. And again, even though I said about lavender, I would definitely choose this oil if you're having attacks of anxiety, because it is a very good oil. So the third oil I want to talk about is juniper, and I want to relate this essential oil to fatigue. It's really well known to help with periods of weakness and extreme exhaustion. Also, it's really good of getting rid of negative emotions such as guilt, insecurity, and also feelings of loneliness as well. The fourth and last essential oil that I want to talk about today is lavender. Now, if I could only have one oil in my house, I would have lavender, and that's because all of the 4 things that we've spoken about today, lavender would actually cover. It's safe to use on animals as well. So if you have pets in your house, it's non-toxic to them. So it's a really good all-rounder. And I want to use lavender today for talking about depression. Lavender is deeply relaxing. It has a very calming effect on the body and helps to promote deep sleep. It also helps with anxiety, which goes hand in hand with depression. There was a study in 2016 of individuals who were having problems sleeping because of their depression, and it actually showed that inhaling the lavender improved their sleep cycles dramatically. So it has been clinically proven to improve anxiety, improve sleep, and therefore help with depression in the long run. There are so many ways to use essential oils. And the more that you use them and the different ways that you find to use them, you'll start getting used to what works for you. You can use them in the bath, you can use them in shower gels, you can use them in vaporizers like this one, you can use them in a diffuser, and you can use them in an oil burner. I'm going to talk about the oil burner today because this is how I like to use my essential oils. And it just works for me, and I find that they're quite easy to use as well. I'll talk about that a little bit later and how to do it, and I'll show you how to set it up. But for the meantime, I just want to give you a tip about essential oils. You have to be really careful about the oil that you're buying because you're going to get what you pay for. The essential oils here that I've bought, they are from Neal's Yard. They are organic and they're not tested on animals. They vary in price because of the amount of the oil that you get and the type of oil that you get. But this bottle of lavender here, which is about 10ml, that was about £11 to £12. But as I said, they vary, but you do have to be really careful in the quality that you get. Because if you have a poor quality of essential oil, you're not going to get the benefits from it. Times are really difficult at the moment. And these are just small things that we can do. They are just very small things, but they are well-being things. They are looking after you. They're looking after your mental health. They're looking after the well-being of your body and your mind. And we need this because sometimes we neglect ourselves. Sometimes we just think that maybe we don't need that, but we do. We do need that time out to look after ourselves. We do need that time to spend on ourselves because we are important. You are important, and that time to set aside for yourself is incredibly important. It's just small, simple steps for yourself. Everybody has to start somewhere, and sometimes we all have to start small. But if we all take that moment to look after ourselves, put some time aside, and even if it's 15 minutes, it's so profound on our mental well-being because we're looking after ourselves. How many of us actually do that? How many of us set time aside because we feel like we deserve that? You know, it is really important. And actually, these small steps can potentially stop something a bit smaller manifesting into something a lot bigger. So it is important, and it's important to set that time aside for yourself. I want to say to anybody out there who's feeling low, or anyone who's feeling anxious or feeling uncertain about the future, I completely understand you, and I'm sure that there are so many people who are feeling exactly the same way. And it's not just because of this time. This time and COVID and everything may have contributed to it, but you know, life and the stresses and strains of everyday life is hard. So I think that we go through these things anyway. It's just that we've been thrown a curveball and it's just gotten worse and things feel worse. But you are not alone, and there are people who want to support and help you. And so please just don't ever feel like you can't reach out to people, because there are people out there who want to help and support. Stay strong, be positive, and give yourself that TLC that you deserve. I'm going to now show you how I would set up my burner, and it's really simple. You'll get used to it, you'll get the hang of it if you haven't done it before, and you go and find your way of how to do it and go have some fun. That's the whole thing about aromatherapy and essential oils. Have fun with it, enjoy it, and go give your body and mind some nice, loving well-being. Okay, so what you need is an oil burner, some room temperature water, candle, lighter, and an essential oil of your choice. And you just want to fill your oil burner with your room temperature water just below the rim level. To light your candle. Pop that under. And then you want to choose your essential oil. Now, I have chosen lavender today, and that's simply because it's the safest for my dogs. And once I've put this in here and it's burning, I'm going to take this downstairs because my two dogs have had the most amazing run today. They're absolutely knackered, and this will really help them have a nice, relaxing, calming sleep. So if I just put a couple of drops of oil in there. You'll only need about 3 in the size of an oil burner like this. If your oil burner is slightly larger, I would probably put about 5 to 6 drops in. However, less is always more, so if you feel like you want a little bit more, then you can always add some more. But I can promise you, if the essential oil is very good quality, the smell will be amazing, and you will not need that much of the essential oil because it's actually very, very strong. I hope the video's helped, and go get some TLC everybody, and I will see you soon. Take care everyone. Bye.